My wife extended her business trip, I muttered to myself, tossing my phone onto the kitchen counter. The little screen stared back at me, glowing like a cruel reminder of everything I couldn't change. I picked it up again, my thumb hovering over the message thread. Finally, I tapped out the words without thinking too much. Don't rush, the divorce has just begun. I hit send and set the phone down, feeling a small, bitter satisfaction. The apartment was quiet except for the hum of the refrigerator. Normally, silence would have been comforting, but tonight it felt like a drumbeat echoing in an empty room. I sank onto the couch, my hands gripping the cushions as though they could anchor me in a world that no longer made sense. Months had led to this moment. Months of tension, cold dinners, and silent mornings where we shared the same space but not the same life. I thought maybe we could patch things up, that love might bridge the gap that had grown between us. But the truth was glaring. The bridge had collapsed long before the papers were signed. Her business trip extension was just another reminder. Another confirmation that she had priorities I no longer fit into, that I had become a background character in my own life story. And yet, there was a strange relief in it too, a bitter clarity. I poured myself a drink, letting the amber liquid roll down my throat, warming me from the inside out. The sound of the ice clinking against the glass felt like the only companionship I needed tonight. I thought about calling her, asking why she kept going, why she acted like we were still a team. But I knew the answer. She didn't need me anymore. We were both actors playing roles in a play that had ended. I ran my hands over the coffee table, tracing the scratches and dents from years of life lived together. Memories flashed, our first apartment, laughing in the rain, late-night talks about dreams that now seemed so naive. And the irony hit me, the dreams hadn't ended, but we had. The divorce had started not with legal documents, not with attorneys, not with signed papers in some sterile office. It had begun the day I realized I was living with a stranger. That day when shared glances and touches became rare, when her smiles no longer reached her eyes. And now, with her gone for a few more days, I felt a freedom that was uncomfortable and exhilarating all at once. I picked up the phone again, reading old messages, old photos, old reminders of who we used to be. I felt a pang of grief, sharp and bitter, but I let it wash over me. I wasn't running from the pain anymore. I could feel it, sit with it, and still survive. I poured another drink and stared out the window at the city lights, each one flickering like a heartbeat. I whispered to myself, "Don't rush. Take your time. I'll be here, figuring out how to be me again." For the first time in months, I allowed myself to imagine a life that wasn't dictated by her presence or absence. I thought about mornings without arguments, nights without tension, and the possibility of rediscovering who I was before our marriage became a careful balance of endurance and avoidance. I laughed bitterly to myself. "Divorce," I muttered, "isn't just a piece of paper. It's a rebirth." And somehow, despite the hurt and anger and the lingering love that still gnawed at the edges of my heart, I believed it. Hours passed, and I didn't sleep, didn't check my phone. I just sat, drinking, thinking, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, I started to breathe easier. My life hadn't ended, even though it felt like a chapter was closing. This was the painful, messy, beautiful truth. Endings hurt, but they also heal. And I was alive. By morning, the apartment felt different. I could see it with new eyes. The walls no longer cramped me, the quiet no longer mocked me. I was here, standing, breathing, still whole despite the fracture in my life. I picked up my phone, read her latest text about her extended trip, and for the first time, I didn't feel the sting. I typed back slowly, deliberately, "Take your time. I'll be fine." And in that moment, I realized something I had forgotten in the midst of love, anger, and heartbreak. I was enough. I didn't need her approval, her presence, or even her apology. I had myself. And maybe, just maybe, that was the beginning I had been waiting for all along.